Hey everyone, what's up? I'm here to do something I haven't done in a while. It's called a video game review, and I know a lot of people have already reviewed this game that I'm going to talk about. I know a lot of people have watched Angry Joe's review and you know, saw his little match with the Nostalgia Critic and everything, but I'm here to do a review on it myself. Because, you know, you always want to get different opinions, right? Well, folks, I'm going to give you my opinion. That's right, folks. I'm going to give you my opinion about this game. And honestly, here's my opinion. I like it. I really, really do. It's a great, great game. It's real fun. It's really a good successor to Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and basically a good addition to the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise. And I like how it's not just, you know, just like Marvel vs. Capcom, the first two games. I'm not sure they have a story mode to them or not. But I'm kind of glad it's not like that, because it has a bit of a story. You see, basically, just like with Street Fighter 4 and just like with the previous Marvel vs. Capcom games, you're always, you know, fighting in threes. Okay, I think you got 3 teams this time, I believe. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, you got, just like before, you have 3 teams, and the thing is, just like before, you could switch out, you could do combos and stuff like that, big time combos, no doubt about it. And it's really, really fun. It's really, really fun. And what's unique about this is when you get a certain amount of points or prestige or achievement or whatever in the game, new titles are unlocked, like new artwork, new movies, new profiles, new characters that you could play as are unlocked. It's unbelievable. Now, I haven't unlocked all the characters yet on this game. I've unlocked some of them, but I haven't unlocked all of them yet. Hopefully I can unlock some. Maybe those that were in the previous games will be in here. Hey, I'm looking for Rogue. Maybe she's in here. I don't know. But, yeah, it's really, really fun. Now, I will admit that the downside on it, and I hate to say this about it, the downside on it is the fact that when you go online, the best place you go online is in the lobby area when you want to fight somebody, and then you got to wait. And instead of watching the game, and this is one good thing Joe brought out, instead of watching the match itself, you're watching 2 cards, 2 license cards as they call them, battling up and down, going up and down, you know, just whatever. So basically you got to wait in line, which is the more logical chance to get, you know, into a game. Not saying that you can't get online right off the bat for a ranked match or, you know, regular player match. But overall, it's, you know, it's a fun game if you like fighting games and crossover games. It's really fun. And what I find hilarious about this is Deadpool right here. I find him hilarious because it's like he's breaking fourth wall in the game. He's talking to the gamer. He's talking to Capcom. You know, it's you know, it's just really, really funny. You know, if you want somebody that you say, okay, when you go see a movie and you say, oh, this character makes the movie, he steals the movie. Deadpool does just that. And they got a lot of characters in there. They got Phoenix, Jean Grey, they got Wolverine. Of course, they got Morgana, Felicia, Trish, I believe, from Darkstalkers and Captain America. They got them all in there from like the previous time, as well as some new ones, and some that you got to unlock. Now, the thing about this game is when you get, I don't know how many levels you got to pass. I think it's about 4 or 5, actually 5 or 6, I believe you got to pass. Excuse me, that just hit you for a second. I think it's about 5 or 6 you got to pass. And what happens is after you pass those 5 or 6 levels, maybe 7, I'm not really sure, you face Galactus. That's right. You face Galactus. I told you, it's a lot more different than the previous 2. You face Galactus. And what happens at first is Galactus send out these 2 clones of whatever characters, pop out of his hands. It's like, okay, your team's right here. Suddenly, before you can fight him, you got to fight his clone. Fight the clones of whatever characters are in the game. And if you beat the clones, you face Galactus. Now, here's the thing: the clones, they're kind of hard at first, but once you get used to it, and you know how to beat them, they can be beatable. But you got to make sure you don't let them get an advantage, because in the end, they do end up beating you. And they can do it right off the bat, no matter who you have. But if you have the right combination of players or characters as a team, you can beat them. But then here comes the fun part. You get to Galactus. And Galactus, I guess you could say, is like the Seth of this game. You remember Seth? I think that's his name, from Super Street Fighter 4? And how everybody complained about how hard he was? Even if you put it on easy, even if you took that advice that one person gave you and you put it on easy, just to try to beat him, and how hard it is, how he just beats you just like that. Well, Galactus is no walk in the park either. I mean, I've beaten him twice. I just recently beat him now. I beat him with the team of Hulk and a Sentinel, and I can't think of something that, and that guy from Final Fight or something like that. That guy that's kind of like the Zangief ripoff or something like that. Can't think of his name right now. But I beat him just now, second time. But think about it this way. This is the second time I beat him out of over maybe 30 times already. 30, almost 30 times as far as I know. That's how hard he is. Because basically what it is just when you look like you have him beat, all of a sudden he pulls what I call a set. All of a sudden he just does this. Hit you with all that power all of a sudden. I mean, here's his power moves. Here's what he does. And let me check my time first before I show you. Okay, I got plenty of time. But here's what he does. His power moves are like this. Flick with a finger. No problem. That's a step. He makes you step back with a flip of the finger. Hit with you on the arm. No big deal. Okay? Smashes you like this. That could hurt. That could knock you out permanently. But then here's what he does. Here's his power moves. Grabs you like this, and either that will, reduce your strength, or that will eliminate you. Second thing he blows is the lasers, is the power that comes out of his mouth, the lasers. He's like, and all of a sudden it hits you. And sometimes that will lower you even big time. But then here comes the cream of the crop. Here's the one that takes the cake, folks. Just when you look like you have him beat, and like I said, it's the second time I've beaten him, but just when it looks like you have him beat, he will pull out all the stops. He will hit his mega move. He'll put his hands like this, and instead of grabbing you, all this lightning, all this power comes right out of his hands, and it probably doesn't matter how much you have sometimes. If you have almost a full tank or a decent tank, you're fine. A decent tank of power, of life force left, you're fine. But there will be times that when he hits you, it'll be so powerful that it will drain your complete life force. Literally. I've had that happen. I mean, there was one time I think he flicked one of my characters with a finger, and next thing I know, that was it. And like I said, you can have a full amount of power, and if he hits you with this, it reduces you almost, beyond halfway. And if you're at halfway, that's it. So what you got to do is you got to stick and run as much as you can, and use as many special combo moves and special finishing moves, combo finishing moves, whatever you want to call them, power moves, with your team and yourself to weaken him. And when you've weakened him enough, you try to hit the final blow. And like I said, I've only beaten him twice now. But you got to make sure that if he does hit you with that big finale thing, that big power move of his at the end, you got to make sure you're not halfway dead on life strength and force, because that'll wipe you out. If you're decent, you still have a chance. If not, forget it. And like I said, I've beaten him twice out of I don't know how many times so far, about 30 maybe 25, I'm not sure. 25 to 30 times. And it's not easy, folks. It's not easy. But when you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it, and you got to use the right team. The first time I beat him, I had a team, I think, of Spider-Man, She-Hulk, and Felicia, and I won with Spider-Man being the last one. And now, with a Sentinel and that guy, that Magnum guy, or whatever his name is, from Final Fight, and Hulk, this time I beat him with Hulk. So go figure. But overall, it's a very good game. The graphics are great. Great 2D animation graphics for fighting. Definitely fun. Like I said, Deadpool steals the show here, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He steals the show here. But overall, just a great game to play. And if you've not played it yet, I suggest go to your Redbox, go to your GameFly, or go to whatever Blockbuster or Hollywood Video may rent out the game. Whatever Blockbuster you may have left in your town, or whatever Hollywood Video you have, rent this game, play it. And if you want to buy it, I suggest buy it either at Walmart or a store near you, or either buy it used, whatever. It's a great game. I got it today from Amazon.com. It's great. I've already played it once before this when I rented it for Redbox. But it's just a tremendous game. And I know this may sound crazy, but I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 rating. So that's my review of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You guys tell me what you think. Your experiences. Go ahead and tell me what you believe the rating is. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Joe? Who do you agree with? Do you agree with yourselves and your own experiences? Let me know. But I give it a 10 out of 10. Definitely check this game out if you haven't. It's worth it. And I'll talk to you all later.